So this is a part 2 of banking project. So it's a VB.NET project. Here we'll teach you like how you can do this project step by step. In today's video, we'll understand how to create the database tables, how to get the connection string, how to create the login form. These three things we'll cover. So first, let us see that what are the tables are required and how to design the tables. So if you're watching the video first time, so please watch the previous video to start with that. So from that, this is the second part, so therefore you can watch later this part. So as we discussed in the previous video, so here we'll have an account type, so therefore required account type table. Then account or customer table, so therefore this is the account table. Then there is a deposit. Then there is a withdraw. So this is a transaction table. We can make this in the transaction table itself. So in the transaction table we can deposit and withdraw, both we can store. Based on that we can able to generate the balance. So with that we can have one admin login table. So there is a login table. So therefore this is the account table. So if you want to DFT will be something like this. Account table linked to account type. So account, they can do deposit and withdraw. So therefore this is the transaction table. So account type linked to account type, and the account is owned by the customer will do the transaction. So this is the transaction table. Let's see that how to create these tables in SQL Server. So you can also download this project from this location, that is iblix.com/download. So if you are looking for some other project, you can contact us. Also please subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video, please click the like button, and also if you want to say something to us, please write it in the comment box. Okay, so let us use the notepad to create the table structure. So first one is, so therefore you can use the SQL statement, create table. This is account type tab or table. So tab is okay, table. So now account type name. So this is a varchar of 10 and the details, what is it is, so that is the details, varchar of 50. 2 columns in this particular table. Now you want to create the account table, copy and paste, account table. So first we have an account number. Okay, so we can have varchar of 10. Our account number is purely integer, then we can take as a integer. So therefore we can take numeric of 4 will take, okay, 4-digit number. So in case you want, we can give 10-digit number also. So here we'll take 4-digit number. Then account type, what type of account it is. Next is the account holder name. So this is varchar of 50. Then address. Okay, so here address I'll give. Account holder address, again you can say AC address. So this is varchar of 250. So then you can have mobile number. So again this is varchar of 30 characters. If they have more than one mobile number, we can enter it here, or else we can take only 10. So therefore you can enter only one mobile number. Then email. So okay, so email. So 50 characters. Okay, so then okay, let it be there this much. Then you can have one more table called as a create table transaction tab. transaction table. I'll make tab key capital letter. Account type transaction table. So in case of transaction table, so there is a transaction number. Okay, so this is numeric of 4. Then transaction date, this is date. Then account number, so this is numeric 4. Then deposit. Okay, so again is a numeric, say 8, 2. Then withdraw. Fine. So whose account it is, that is there. So when they deposit, when they withdraw, the date is there. Based on the date, they can withdraw, deposit, and the transaction number. So simple 3 tables. Fine. So save this. Now let's create all these tables in a SQL server. So we already done the welcome screen. If you want to know like how it is done, so please watch that video. So if you go to iBlix tutorials videos, so it's being banking project 1. Okay, even in the description the link is provided, please check that link. Fine. So in order to create a database, so you have to go to view menu, then you have to select server explorer. So here is the data connections. You right click and say add connection, and here you have to give the database name. So here you have to go browse, and you need to exactly select this particular folder. Okay, so where is the project folder? This is the banking project. Inside that there is a bin folder and there is a debug folder. You need to select the debug folder, and you have to keep your database in the debug folder itself, because an exe file will be created in the debug folder. Therefore reference to the table will be easier. Now you can say banking database. Okay, so click OK. So do you want to create? Yes. So let's create the database here. Then go to tables, right click here, click new query. Then we go and create the tables. So execute here. So it is done. So same way copy this one. So next one, transaction table. Okay, so you record one more login table. So therefore what I'll do is just copy this and then I'll paste at the end. This is the login table. So here is a uname and then p-word. So password also 10 I'll take. So copy this, paste here and then execute. So now if you go to tables and then click over here, you can see that all the tables are created. Now in case of login table, right click here, show table data. So you can enter the user ID and password. So I'll use admin and admin. Therefore you can log in with admin then admin. So this is how you create all the tables. And you can save your file here. Therefore you can, in future you want to make changes, you can always do so. So now next step is there is a welcome form here. We want one more form called as a login form. So in order to get the login form, go to project. So then you can say add new item. So this is the form, Windows form. Then you can call it as a login form. So now we have a login form. So we can go to Windows state, we can make it maximized. And then we can drag here, make it maximized. Done. So now what background color you want, you can choose the background color here. So which color you want, you can put the back color. Right. So in order to make a login form, so you require two labels. So therefore take a label. Before that, so on the form level we want to set some properties, that is font. Okay. So now here we want to use Verdana font. Then we want to size 14. So now if you take a label, so this font size is 14, and here you can give the text. So what is the name of this? So this is user ID or username. Now you can copy this and then paste. So then it's called as a password. Then you require two text boxes. So text box 1, text box 2. Keep them here. So this is the text box 2 and this is the text box 1. Right, so username, password. Now require two buttons, so therefore you just double click here, button. So this is for login. Right, so then you call it as a login. I'll not change the button name, so just give the text as a login. And you require one more, so therefore copy this, right click and then paste. So keep it here, cancel. So you don't want to continue, then you can cancel. Now we need to write the code here. So login and then cancel. Fine. So therefore let's say cancel, the code is simple. You end this, end is to stop the program. But in case of login, when you log in, you should go to this table, login table, check the username and the password, and if they are present, then allow to go to next form. So in order to do this, you require a connection string. Therefore you need to import system.data.sql client. SQL client is very important. This is the namespace where all the required commands are declared in the SQL client. All the functions are declared and written in a SQL client. There are three important things are required. One is SQL connection, the other one is SQL command, the other one is SQL data reader. See, connection is important because we need to connect to this database, therefore SQL connection. SQL command, to execute the SQL statement, you need to use the SQL command. If you execute insert, update, delete, this is the one way, okay, straight away you can execute this. But when you execute this select statement, it will return the values. Select statement will return the value, therefore we require a data reader. So data reader will hold the value, whatever the select statement when they executed, so the data will be held by the data reader. So because of that, we have to use the SQL data reader. Fine. So how to declare the SQL connection? So therefore you have to write dim conn as a new SQL connection. That is equal to new SQL so open bracket and the close the bracket. Now SQL connection string is important. To get the connection string, what you have to do is, so anyway we already have the database here, so click on the database. In the property sheet you can see there is a connection string. So in front of this we have a connection string. We have to copy completely and put the double quotes here. Inside the double quote you have to paste. Now here you can see that it will have a path here, complete path. This path can be removed, d:, all the complete path can be removed. Instead of that you can use piping, then you have to write data directory. So this data directory will take the path automatically, therefore we don't require a physical path. Now it will take up to the this banking database.mdf. Okay, so next when you click the button, so we need to open the connection.open, then declare the command. So dim cmd1 as SQL command, that is equal to new SQL command. And here two important properties, one SQL statement and the connection. So now I'll declare one more variable SQL str as string. Okay, so now you need to write the SQL str, that is equal to, so here you can see that select star from login table where username, that is equal to, now username is there in the text box 1. So here is the text box 1 and here is the text box 2. What are the values there? We want to pass it here. Therefore, here you have to use single quote, then double quote, then ampersand sign. Then you have to write text box 1 dot text. So here single quote because this is the character data. Therefore, you need to use the both the side single quotes. Here is one more single, here one beginning single quote, here is the end single quote. Then you have to use the AND statement, there is AND operator, and then you say password, P word, that is equal to, so again single quote don't give here, okay, so don't give single quote and then space here, then it is an error. No, there should not be any space there, okay, single quote, then immediately double quote, then ampersand, then text box 2 dot text, then ampersand, double quote, single quote. So this makes the statement. This is the SQL statement to search the data in a table. So this we can write it here. So therefore this is SQL str, comma connection object. Okay, where it has to search? It has to search in the banking database. Right. So now we can declare dim dr1 as SQL data reader, that is equal to cmd1 dot execute reader. So when you say execute reader, so this will be executed and the data whatever comes will be transferred to the dr1. Now we need to check whether you have a dr1 other data or not. For that you have to use read command. Then if dr1 dot read, then so that means there is a record. If there is a record, then what you have to do, we have to take to the next step. So we can say me.hide, hide the login form. Then you have to say form1.show. So let's timing take the form 1. Now in the welcome form you have to me.hide. So you have to say login form.show. Login form.show, because now you have to change this one. So save all. So now we can run this. So you can see this is a welcome screen. So now you get the login form. So behind the login form you can also put some picture, or you can put some pictures here also, that's possible. Now type something else, click login, nothing is happening. Okay, connection is open because it's giving me error, connection is open. So because when you click again, if the connection is open, if you try to open again, it gives me an error. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to close the connection, cynn.close. If you open the connection, you need to close the connection. Also, if it not reads, okay, if there is no record, then you have to write else part. Then you have to reuse message box dot show entered user name or password is not correct. Okay, so this is what you want to show on screen. Entered username or password is not correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 seconds it will be there, then it will come. So now you can type admin. Then here you can see that you need to make a password. Okay. So therefore let me see how to make this as a password character. So star should come here. Okay. Instead of what are the character we type, star should come. So now you can say admin, it is working fine. Then how to make a password character? For that there is a property called as password here, password character. Here you type star. That's all. Okay. So when you put star, so then it becomes a star. So whatever you type there, so it becomes stars. Fine. So now you can say admin, then admin. Click login, it logs in. Done. So please try this. I think it's easy, it's not too difficult to make this. So when you try your own, you will learn, you will get an experience. That experience definitely count to get the job, and also it becomes very easy for you to explain to anyone. So therefore, in the interview or in the exam, easily you can explain this project step by step. Therefore, please practice this. It's all simple. We slowly explained everything, so you can try this. So meanwhile, please subscribe to our channel. Also suggest our channel to your friends. Thank you very much.